The 1940s marked a turning point in human history. World War II had just ended, yet a new mystery began to unfold in the skies. Unidentified flying objects, or UFOs, entered our collective consciousness. These strange lights and shapes, defying easy explanation, sparked curiosity and fear in equal measure. The term flying saucer was coined in 1947. This followed a widely publicized sighting by pilot Kenneth Arnold. The public was captivated. Newspapers ran sensational headlines. People from all walks of life reported seeing unusual objects in the sky. Were these visitors from another planet? Were they secret government projects, or were they simply misidentified aircraft or natural phenomena? The answers remained elusive. However, the questions themselves were enough to ignite the imaginations of millions. The UFO phenomenon quickly gained traction. It tapped into a sense of wonder about the vastness of the universe. The possibility, however remote, that we might not be alone was both exhilarating and terrifying. This fascination was not limited to the United States. UFO sightings were reported all over the world. This suggested a global phenomenon that transcended borders and cultures. The stage was set for a cultural phenomenon that would leave an indelible mark on the 20th century and beyond. The enigma of the UFOs had arrived. It would forever change the way we looked at the sky and our place within the cosmos. The surge in UFO sightings during the late 1940s and 1950s had a profound impact on American culture. This period marked the beginning of a widespread fascination with the unknown, as people from all walks of life found themselves captivated by the mysterious objects in the sky. It was as if the strange lights in the sky had awakened a dormant fascination with the unknown. People began to look up more often, wondering what could be out there beyond the stars. The sightings sparked curiosity and fear in equal measure, leading to a cultural phenomenon that would endure for decades. This fascination quickly permeated all forms of media, from the pages of pulp science fiction magazines to the silver screen. Science fiction, once a niche genre, began to gain mainstream popularity as it tapped into the collective imagination of a society eager to explore the possibilities of extraterrestrial life. Hollywood, always quick to capitalize on a trend, wasted no time in churning out a slew of UFO-themed movies. These films became a staple of the era, drawing large audiences who were eager to see their hopes and fears about the unknown played out on the big screen. These films ranged from low-budget B-movies featuring men in rubber suits to more sophisticated productions that explored the societal anxieties surrounding the possibility of extraterrestrial life. The diversity of these films reflected the wide range of emotions and thoughts that UFOs evoked in the public consciousness. The Day the Earth Stood Still in 1951 presented a thought-provoking message of peace and understanding. It suggested that perhaps if extraterrestrial beings did exist, they might come in peace, offering wisdom and guidance rather than destruction. This contrasted with the invasion paranoia of Invasion of the Body Snatchers in 1956. This film tapped into the fears of the era, portraying aliens as malevolent beings intent on taking over the human race, reflecting the anxieties of a society grappling with the unknown. These films, regardless of their budget or message, reflected a growing cultural obsession with UFOs. They provided a means for people to explore their fears and hopes about the unknown in a safe and entertaining way. They provided a canvas upon which society could project its hopes and fears about the future. The idea of UFOs and extraterrestrial life became a metaphor for the unknown possibilities that lay ahead, both exciting and terrifying. The UFO became a symbol of the unknown, a blank slate upon which audiences could inscribe their own interpretations of what lay beyond the stars. It represented the ultimate mystery, one that humanity has always been drawn to explore. The influence of UFOs extended beyond the realm of science fiction. They became a topic of serious discussion and debate, capturing the attention of the media and the public alike. Newspapers and magazines ran countless articles and features on the phenomenon. Headlines screamed of sightings and encounters, fueling the public's fascination and curiosity. Radio programs featured eyewitness accounts and expert opinions. These broadcasts brought the mystery of UFOs into people's homes, making the phenomenon feel immediate and real. UFOs were the talk of the town, a constant source of speculation and debate. People gathered in living rooms, cafes, and public spaces to discuss the latest sightings and theories, each new story adding to the collective intrigue. This widespread coverage helped to solidify the UFO's place in the public consciousness. The constant stream of information and speculation ensured that the phenomenon remained a topic of interest and conversation. It ensured that the fascination with these enigmatic objects would continue to grow. Children played with alien toys, and adults devoured every new piece of information, keeping the mystery alive for future generations. The cultural impact of UFOs during this period cannot be overstated. They became a defining feature of the era, influencing everything from entertainment to public discourse. It was a time when the boundaries between science fiction and reality seemed to blur. The line between what was real and what was imagined became increasingly difficult to discern, adding to the allure and mystery of UFOs. The possibility of extraterrestrial life, once relegated to the fringes of speculation, was suddenly thrust into the mainstream. Scholars and scientists began to take the phenomenon seriously, leading to public lectures and discussions that further fueled the public's interest. This newfound awareness would have a lasting impact on how we view ourselves and our place in the cosmos. The idea that we might not be alone in the universe opened up new possibilities and questions, forever changing our perspective on the world and our place in it. The emergence of UFOs coincided with a period of intense global anxiety. People everywhere were on edge, constantly looking to the skies with a mix of fear and curiosity. The Cold War, with its ever-present threat of nuclear annihilation, cast a long shadow over the world. The superpowers were locked in a tense standoff, each side wary of the other's next move. The anxieties of this era became deeply intertwined with the UFO phenomenon, shaping both public perception and official responses. Newspapers were filled with sensational headlines, and people gathered to discuss the latest sightings. On one hand, UFOs were perceived as a potential threat. The idea that these unidentified objects could be enemy aircraft or advanced technology from a rival nation was a constant source of concern. They were often linked to fears of Soviet technology or espionage. The possibility that these sightings were evidence of Soviet advancements in aviation or surveillance added to the paranoia. The possibility that these unidentified objects might be advanced enemy aircraft heightened existing Cold War tensions. Military forces were on high alert, ready to respond to any perceived threat. Sightings near military bases or sensitive facilities were met with particular concern, fueling speculation about the true nature of these aerial visitors. The military took these incidents seriously, often launching investigations to determine the origin of the sightings. On the other hand, UFOs also offered a glimmer of hope. In a world overshadowed by the threat of nuclear war, the idea that we might not be alone in the universe was strangely comforting to many. In a world on the brink of self-destruction, the idea that we might not be alone in the universe was strangely comforting. People found solace in the possibility of extraterrestrial life, hoping that these beings might offer a new perspective or even solutions to humanity's problems. Some saw in UFOs the possibility of a more advanced, perhaps even benevolent intelligence that might offer solutions to humanity's problems. The idea that these visitors could be peaceful and wise beings from another world was a source of hope. This hope was reflected in the narratives of some early UFO contactee stories, which often depicted aliens as peaceful beings with a message of unity for mankind. These stories captured the imagination of the public, offering a vision of a better future. The Cold War context added a layer of complexity to the UFO phenomenon. It was a time of great uncertainty, and the appearance of these mysterious objects only added to the confusion. It fueled both paranoia and hope in equal measure. People were torn between fear of the unknown and the desire for a new beginning. The uncertainty surrounding these unidentified objects mirrored the uncertainty of the times, reflecting the deep-seated anxieties and aspirations of a world grappling with the possibility of its own destruction. The UFO phenomenon was a lens through which the hopes and fears of an entire generation were magnified. The cultural anxieties and fascination with UFOs found a natural outlet in the vibrant world of comic books. These colorful pages became a mirror reflecting society's deepest fears and wildest dreams. During the 1950s, comic books, particularly those in the science fiction genre, exploded in popularity. This era saw a surge in creativity, with writers and artists pushing the boundaries of imagination. They offered a potent mix of escapism and social commentary, often reflecting the fears and hopes of the Cold War era. The tension between the United States and the Soviet Union created a fertile ground for stories that explored the unknown. UFOs and aliens became recurring themes in these comics. The mysterious and the otherworldly provided a perfect canvas for artists to explore the anxieties of the time. Stories featured menacing Martians, grotesque creatures from distant planets, and advanced civilizations with designs on Earth. These narratives captivated readers, offering both thrills and a reflection of their own world. The covers alone, with their lurid depictions of alien invasions and abductions, were enough to capture the imaginations of a generation growing up in the shadow of the Cold War. The vivid artwork drew readers in, promising adventures beyond their wildest dreams. Comic books, however, were more than just a reflection of societal anxieties. They were a playground for the imagination, a place where anything was possible. They also offered a platform for exploring complex themes related to first contact, cultural understanding, and the potential consequences of technological advancement. These stories often posed deep philosophical questions about humanity's place in the universe. Some stories even dared to challenge the prevailing narrative of alien invaders, presenting extraterrestrials as benevolent beings who sought to help humanity. These tales encouraged readers to think beyond the fear of the unknown. The impact of comic books on the UFO phenomenon was significant. They didn't just entertain, they shaped the way people thought about the possibility of life beyond Earth. These stories, though often fantastical, helped to shape public perception of extraterrestrial life. They provided a shared language and imagery that influenced how people imagined the cosmos. They fueled the imaginations of readers young and old, blurring the lines between fiction and reality and contributing to the growing cultural fascination with the unknown. The sense of wonder they inspired continues to resonate. The legacy of these early comic books can still be felt today in movies, television shows, and video games that continue to explore the themes of alien encounters and the vastness of the universe. The stories that began in the pages of comic books have become a cornerstone of modern science fiction.